remember sitting in church when I was first starting to come to Christ, and I'd hear this message all the time. All you need is Jesus. It didn't make any sense to me. They would tell me that whatever problem I'm having in my life, all I need to do is submit it over to Jesus and he would take over. I remember feeling unheard, unseen, and ultimately, if I may, unloved. It's one of those things that I think really, when you're first coming to know the Lord, you can struggle with, because it seems as though the answer is always Jesus without really the steps or the how-to. How do I get to that point? And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how I got there, and I think there'll be some valuable nuggets for you to get there as well. I've been wrestling with this video for a while because I feel like this is a topic that can go a lot of different directions, and I don't want to stray anybody in the wrong direction with what I think can help you get there, and I don't want anybody to miss Jesus in all of this. Yeah, let's get into it. If you're anything like me, you never have enough time. I never have time to wake up and pray. I'm too tired at nighttime to do it. I don't have time to wake up and read the Bible. Going to church outside of a Sunday, I just don't have time for anything other than those Sundays. And my list can go on and on for the things that I don't have time to do. With everybody telling me that Jesus was the answer, I felt like they weren't really pressing deeper to help me to understand how to get there. If I'm dealing with this problem, what I need to do is lay it at the feet of Jesus and he would take it over. If I'm dealing with that other problem, submit it to God and he will relieve you of that issue, help you get through those things in your life. And I really felt like, how do I do it? On the other side, for me, I had this theology idea where if I put in any effort or I was doing something to make it happen, then it was works. And in my head, works meant I was putting in the effort and I wasn't allowing God to do it. And thus I had these two conflicting ideas that seemed to be at opposed with each other. It wasn't until a point where I had an ultimate low in my life. I had just lost my job and my son had just been born, and I was really not sure what was going to happen next. I remember just being like, God, I don't know how I'm going to get through this, but I know that you have gotten me this far and you haven't brought me this far to let it all come crashing down right here, right now. It was in those moments that I started transitioning from saying that I wanted to partake in what it meant to follow Christ to actually doing some of those things. And this will be my advice to you, whatever you're going through. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, what am I giving up to follow Christ? I was talking to a buddy about this very topic, and he said something that I thought was really good, and it was that something that he's telling me to do might be completely opposite of what he's telling you to do or calling you to be. There's an airplane going by, let me let it go. Waiting for the airplane. Yeah, have a cute little doggy. God speaks to each of us differently. What he's telling me to do, what he's telling you to do can be completely opposite. But God is so good that we bring forth just a mustard size of effort, a mustard size of faith, and he multiplies it. And that's where it kind of came together for me. It was this idea that God is opposed to works, the idea that I'm working to gain salvation, but he is not opposed to effort. And the other idea when it comes to works is that God doesn't need my works, but my neighbor does. So in that chapter of my life when I was struggling and I wasn't knowing what I needed to do, I didn't have any way out, and I really called on the Lord. I feel like sometimes we are looking for this glamorous answer, these things that are really gonna help us, like the big thing that's a podcast or a book or a video or just something that's gonna help get us to that next level in our walk with the Lord. And what I find is that it's almost the opposite. It's not the pretty, the glamorous things, but it's the simple, day-to-day obedience things like waking up, reading the Bible, and maybe you don't have a lot of time to do all that, but maybe you have a couple seconds in your car before you go to work. Use those couple seconds to pray. It might not seem like much, but God is so good that he takes a little bit that we're put forth and he multiplies it, almost as if he's drawing us near closer and closer to him. And so, in my life, what started as just a small little thing in a moment of desperate became a way of life. I was changed, my heart was changed, and ultimately I started to understand what people meant when they told me all I needed was Jesus. Thanks so much for checking out, guys. I hope this video helps you wherever you're at in your chapter of life. I have more videos like this. This one here where I talk about how God has been faithful time and time again. And if you like these kind of videos, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Whew. All right, I think that's it.